Na Daktari Ezekiel Mutua, tunataka tupige story tujue akoaje, and he's here. He's so supportive, by the way, and we love that. Daktari, how are you?
Very well.
You good?
Yes, I'm good.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
Asante sana. Leo tuko hapa because of Jamhuri Awards.
Yes.
Tell us, you're here. Are you getting an award? Umekuja kusupport kama kawaida?
No, mimi nimekuja kusupport. We are really proud of our Kenyan identity, which is expressed through our creatives and our talented young people, through music, through comedy, through all forms of art. That is really who we are.
Yes.
And it's through that expression, artistic expression, that we keep promoting our culture and our values. So every time I see young people doing great things and promoting the brand Kenya, promoting our culture, our values, I feel great. I feel good. Yeah. This is really who we are. And so we are here to say, well done. This is the way to go. Yeah.
And Daktari, when you hear awards, what comes in your mind?
I think for me, it's not competition. It's a partnership. It's a really collaboration between different artists in order to promote our standards, because we also need to have creative arts and talent that are really based on, rooted in quality. When you go to Tanzania or Nigeria, or most countries in South Africa, in West Africa, they have their own cultural identity. But for us here, we need to have more of these Jamhuri Awards, which will help us to nurture the authenticity of the brand Kenya, and to ensure that we get our own cultural identity promoted through art. If you see a Nigerian, you will know this is a Nigerian. If you are blindfolded and you are taken to Lagos or Abuja, na macho yako ifunguliwe, utajua uko Nigeria. The way they dress, the way they talk, the way they eat. But when it comes to Kenya, kwa njike sometimes unaweza kaa kabla ujue, unless you hear people talking Swahili. I think what we are trying to do as a country is to use art to promote our cultural identity. We need to have our own uniqueness. We need to be proud of who we are. We don't have to ape the West or even imitate others. We are very unique. We are so talented. We are such a beautiful country. We are a great nation, by the way. And I always encourage our people, don't write another book of lamentation. Be proud of who you are. Instead of complaining, do something. You see, like now the organizers of this award, they're not complaining, hakuna pesa, nini is reckless idea. You do something. Yes, there are challenges. Yes, there will always be challenges. And they are not unique just to Kenya. But we encourage our young people to know that they are supposed to be solution providers and not whining and complaining all the time. And these awards go to speak to that very essence of being proud of ourselves and doing something to step in the gap. Yeah.
And are we coming to the end of the year? What would you say is your highlight? Like according to you?
For me, I think I think this year has been good for me because my desire, particularly in MCSK, was to get the legal framework really sorted out to ensure that musicians gain. And right now there is a bill to amend the Copyright Act that is before the House. It has not been easy, but we have gotten it before the House. So that is tremendous. Number 2, we started the blank tape levy, otherwise known as private copying. Private copying is, we managed to push that any gadget that has capacity to record music at the port of entry is charged a very small fee. If a phone is costing 100,000 and you put 50 cents, you may not feel it as a buyer. But that money cumulatively, if every container that has a microphone, an iPhone, a TV, a flash disk, if all that cumulatively, all those things, those 50 cents, they come in their millions, that money now I'm told is about 300 million. And I think now we are going to see a situation where artists are not complaining, but they are rejoicing because this is money that does not have a lot of administrative costs and so can go directly to musicians. So what we want to do is just to align our ecosystem and ensure that we all work together. But to get that in the law, to get Kenya Revenue Authority implementing it, collecting it on our behalf, and to get to the point where we are now over 300 million, I think it's a major feat. These are things that have been there, but they were not implemented, and we are happy that we have managed to get it within a very short time.
Amazing. some of the challenges you faced. People believe that it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. Obviously, when you are bringing change, reforms are always resisted. People are used to the normal, and normal is very boring. Mawe hiyo ndio mzuri. Hapo ndio unajua unafanya kazi. If nobody is complaining, you will not know that you are working. So my joy is to see that every time there is a complaint, it raises the national conversation for us to reflect on really where we are going, to be able to audit ourselves and see whether we are doing well. So for me, leaders should not see noise or complaints or when the people they lead raise their voices as a bad thing. That's how you audit yourself. That's why you check whether you're doing well. And for me, what we have done is to raise a national conversation. We have brought the discussions about music on the front table. We have brought the discussions about music and royalties and monetization of content on digital platforms to the front table. People are talking about music. People are talking about performances in public clubs. Right now, as you speak, particularly in a central province, or Mulima as it were, a normal artist performing even on a weekday is not charging less than 100,000. Money is out there. People are aware about the need to compensate musicians. If you are calling an artist to perform in a club, you'll have to pay. Right now, artists are aware about using their art to promote culture. The artists are aware about using their art to promote our moral values. And I think this is a very good thing. So for me, when you raise conversations, when you are the target, when you are able to raise a discussion and it spreads or there is a reaction, it helps us to raise a national conversation and get people to understand. Because a lot of people complain because they are not aware. They don't know what's going on. It's not good to work in silence, especially when you are serving the public. It's good for people to know where you are going. Now, wajue, you are getting there.
Yes.
You are getting there. If there are issues, you sort them out. But the idea is to keep moving forward.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Doctor.
You're most welcome. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Okay.